G'day everyone, it's Curtis here and welcome to an On The Back Wheel video. Today I'm installing this set of ProTaper bars onto my new KLR650. Why am I changing the handlebars on my new KLR650? I mean, I've only got 1,000 kilometers on it, why would I be doing that? Well, because the stock bars are terrible. A couple of eagle-eyed viewers have noticed that in a few of my videos that they are quite bent, and that's because they are bent. I had a couple of small offs and they bent really easily. Basically cheap steel combined with a heavy bike and crashing, your bars are going to bend. So I'm putting on this set of ProTaper bars. They're 7/8 and this is the ATV High bend. From what I've been reading, these are the closest match and what you should be using on your KLR650. Alright, let's take these ones off, chuck these ones on. Alright, let's open this sucker up. The old kniff out. Alright, that's them. ATV High, ProTaper 7/8. They come with this pad as well, which is sweet. Let's see how they compare. They should be pretty spot on. Yeah, they look pretty similar. A bit more swept back at the tops here is the big difference. A little bit narrower, maybe a tiny bit narrower. To start off with, we need to take off the brake, the clutch, and then we'll take off the switch gear on both sides. So, righto, let's get into it. I'm actually going to take off the hand guards as well, because they're in the way and I'm not going to use them anymore anyway. That way. Right, that really didn't want to come off, did it? But it's off now. It's just an 8mm. Gotcha. Alright, that bit's off. Alright, then we want to get off the switch gear, which is only 2 screws at the back. Phillips head screws, one there, and then it should pop off. I haven't done this since I had dirt bikes back in the day. Alright, next we'll take off this bar end here. Oh, jeez, it's tight. Far out. Massive bar ends on these, by the way. Like, you don't need them this big. I don't think so. Maybe because it's a single cylinder, they're really worried about vibrations. Yeah, that's what that looks like. You can see they've put a bit of Loctite on there, thread locker as well, red. So I have to remember that. That is heavy though, that's a heavy bar end. We might actually just piss them off altogether. We don't need them, I don't think. We'll see how we go. And just to be different on this side, they've got Allen keys instead of bolts. Why they didn't use the same ones on both sides, I don't know. But hey, they're easy to undo. Oh, they're a bit loose actually. It's got a washer on these, so make sure you don't lose them. Whereas the other ones don't. Whoa. Alright, looks like we've got the same deal here. 2 Phillips head screws on the back. How much thread do you blokes want? What we're going to do is take the bar end off as well. Definitely got thread locker on this one as well. Whew. For anyone who hasn't done this before, what I usually do in the past is, see you've got your throttle cables here. I find it's easy to disconnect them. So that's your top one. Get in all close there. This is very hard with one hand. Top one, and then your bottom one. There we go. And that slides out. That's your throttle assembly. Just remember which way it goes. I want to reuse this grip because it's basically new. Is you get a flat blade screwdriver, not a small thin one. Kind of work your way in there. Just loosen up the glue. Just going to spray a bit of this chain clean up in there. Yeah, there we go. Got gloves on now, so don't get bloody raw fingers. Yeah, they used a bit of glue. Wonder why it's hard to get off. There we go, not damaged as well, which is sweet. So I'm going to reuse these, give them a wash off so that cleaner doesn't get in the rubber and stuff, and good to go. So one thing different about the KLR bars is, and probably why they're $130 or something ridiculous for such a shitty set of bars, is they've got this clip here to hold all your cabling in place at one on each side. So what we're going to do is get a flat blade screwdriver and pop them off. I reckon I'm going to need 2 sets of screwdrivers here. One under, one on top, so keep the top down. What a dumb design. Alright, I got it out because it's a reusable clip, but they're a bit of a mission, a bit of munted a bit. So what I did is I held it down with that, just pulled out the top. Because I thought, oh, it's a reusable clip, I'll try and reuse it, but it's a bit of a annoying design. You're probably better off just cutting it out. Look, I can't even pull the bastard out. Solution. Fixed. Alright, the final step is undoing these bolts. 10 mil, I believe, yep. Oh, that was tight. Oh. 1, 2. Alright, this is how it all looks with the handlebars off. These are now rubber mounted, I believe. You undo them underneath there. There's a circlip that goes through. Here, this one, you can see it a bit better. There's a circlip that goes through, then you undo it. So, I think they're all sweet and square still, so I'll probably leave it as is. If not, I'll get under there and undo it a bit. Alright, now they're off, we can really compare the two and see how different they are. Look at the difference in bend and shape. They are way different. Heaps different. So these are much more swept back and a little bit higher, which is good because I feel like they should be a little bit higher. So we'll see how they compare. And they look like they're a tiny bit shorter. That's mainly due to the bend though, by the looks of it. So I decided to put these on. Let's get them on. Well, we pretty much just do the same in reverse. Won't really worry about lining them up too much till they're on. 1, 2. Oh, these look like a sexy set of bars. The bend is already way different, and I've only just mocked them up here. Looks completely different. I'm excited to see how they compare when I'm actually riding the bike. Right, I better put it all back together. I'm gonna put this side on first, and then we'll put the clutch assembly on, and then I'll glue on the grip. Now, when you put this on, you can take the mirror off, and it does make it a little bit easier, but I've just decided to left it on. Makes it easy because you're not holding onto a mirror when you're trying to, you know, put all this on together. But it's still really easy to do. Wait, Exhibit A. Alright, I've hit the only snafu that you're going to have when replacing your bars. It's all easy besides that. So on your switchgear, there's a little tab here, a locator tab. And what we've got on the stock bars is holes drilled for those tabs just to click into, like so. Boom, see? So it doesn't rotate. So there's a couple of trains of thought on this. Number 1, drill some holes in your bars. Boom, right where you want the locator tabs. Number 2 is you can grind or cut off the locator tabs, and then you don't have to drill holes in your bars. I am going to grind these off. Realistically, it's only for your switchgear, so when you crash, these aren't really going to twist, they're just located. These are the ones you're going to be worried about, and that's why these are mounted separately, because they're made to twist. So when you crash, they either spin, or if you're getting up too tight, they won't spin. So you put like electrical tape in your bars or something so they spin when you crash. You're not snapping leaves and stuff like that. But I'm putting on bark busters, so not going to break for me. So if you don't put the hole exactly where you want it and your throttle's not quite where you want it, you can't rotate it, because if you keep drilling holes, basically you ruin your stock bars. Like, one hole's not going to hurt them. Honestly, it's going to be completely fine. But once you start putting the couple in, yeah, then it's not ideal. Not ideal at all, because you're creating a weak point on the bars. All right, got a pair of schnips, and I'm just going to clip off the top, like so. And then this file, just going to neaten it up a tiny bit. All right, I've cut that off. Should be pretty flush, but it looks like it should be about right. Yeah, if it isn't, that's cool. We can just take it off and trim it down a bit. It's actually not bad, because it allows me to adjust this, you know, in or out a tiny bit where I want it, and also backwards and forwards. So if you do say you're not sure where your handlebars, where you want them, when you want them forward a bit more, when you're back, or if you're off-road, you might want to put them forward a bit and stand up more. You can change this as well to suit. So that's one of the positives about doing it. Just make sure you don't do what I just did. Get these the wrong way around. Some choice words happening in my mind I'm not going to say, or I'll get bloody demonetised. They sound a lot like "see you next Tuesday." So what you can also do is put some black electrical tape there. What that does is it allows you to bulk it up a bit so it doesn't twist, and also if you want to move it around, it allows you to pretty easily. So we'll see if it's twisting around. If it is, we'll put some tape on. Slightly less control room on this than the stock bars. This is fiddly, by the way. With the mirror on, you can take the mirror off. It's less fiddly. You can see there's a line here. I think if we lined it up exactly with that and tighten it there as a base, that should be a good start. Just nip it up till we sit on the bike and get it where we want it. Hey, just quietly, not that easy with one hand and recording. See, here is that tongue again, locating tongue or screw, whatever you want to call it. Right there by my thumb. I'm going to take that off for this one as well, because see, it's a bit proud and we don't want it. Alright, screw that one on. Time to chuck the grip on. Put a bit of glue here, add a bit in the middle, and then as you just add it at the top, and then as you slide it on, it'll twist it around and in, and pushes it down to the bottom, if that makes sense. Tighten her up, that's a 8mm, yep. Okay, it's all on, but what I'm going to do is sit on the bike and get a feel for where everything should go, and then adjust it accordingly. All right. All right, they're all installed. Looks heaps better if you ask me. Initial impressions on the feel, way different, completely different. I've only ridden around the block, but I'm gonna need longer to give a better opinion on them. But it's way different, heaps more aggressive feeling, that's for sure. I left the bar ends off because I'm gonna be putting on bark busters, but and if you don't want to put bar ends on, don't put them on. They weigh a ton, I'll tell you that for sure. Looks great, very easy to install in the end. The only thing that was a little bit tricky was taking the tabs off there, but you could even drill the holes in there, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. This one's still a bit loose, so I'm gonna put some tape behind it. That one's like, it's not going anywhere. I didn't even tighten it all the way and it's really tight. Yeah, clearance is good. One thing to mention is, you see it's really close. The mirrors here are really close to the windscreen, so I had to just move them back a little bit on the angle. The same on that side there. Clearance is really, there's not much going on there. But yeah, great set of bars. This is the set I would recommend getting, is the ATV High. I'll show you. There you go, ATV High. Get these at a medium and get the medium with risers. These, just standing at the backyard, I've got an acre and a half here, riding in the back, felt a lot better standing up. Sitting down, maybe a little bit too a little bit too kinked up here, but it could just be they're so different. I got to get used to them. I'm saying it's going to be that is so different. All right, that's it from me. Hope you liked the video. Bit of a simple one, but you know, hopefully it helps a lot of people out and shows you that these are really good bend for this bike. They're the closest you're probably going to get in any of the stock bars, and ProTapers are just mint. Plus, they look fantastic. All right, I better go. Keep it on the back wheel, everyone. Hit the subscribe button. Catch us later. See ya.